Hello. What's happening? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can go find it really quick. Quick like. And then, let's see, I just had up her page earlier. Let me mute that too. I'm not prepared today. Yikes. Alrighty. There we go. Mute. Hi Shay. Hi Robin. Hi Liz. Hi Phyllis. Okay, I think I'm muted. Let me get the correct link for y'all. Why is this not working? What's happening? Hi Beth Wynn. Do y'all see and hear me okay? Okay. Welcome to my channel. Indy. Annie Jones, we are. Here she is. And videos. Wait, I think I just saw it. Let me go back. Crafting live. Here we go. Okay, so this is her direct link. I'm sorry guys, I'm talking to myself. Just talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I need a new prescription. Okay, here we go. I'm looking like I have bifocals and I don't. But it's easier to see under my glasses sometimes. I have an appointment coming up. Okay, so let me pin that. Is that the new one? I'm pretty sure. I've got the correct one. I'm pretty sure. Hey everybody, how are you today? How are you? Hi Charlene.
Hey Robin.
Okay, there's Joe Borelli chiming in.
Bethwin.
Welcome. There's his ID, Bethwin Pirlo, Pirlo. I should know that. He's a AC Milan fan, and Pirlo is one of their like all-time greatest players. So there's that. Cheese is acting up. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up the lineup for this evening. It's a little blurry, I think, but after me tonight is Crafting with Annie Jones, and you all know her as Annie. And, okay, good. I got it right. Phyllis said, hey, Mr. Joe. And Liz said, hi, JJ. Okay. Yeah, it is. Crafting with Annie Jones, Annie, is on at 7 Central Standard Time, which is 8 o'clock my time. It is 7 p.m. here on the East Coast. And yeah, AC Milan, European football, soccer. That's the team that he roots for, has ever since he was little bitty. Laugh out loud, cheese. I know, he's just abbreviated to cheese now. No, that's mac and cheese. Yeah, macaroni and cheese, whatever. It's goofy, I know. Anyway, after Annie is Kristy with Kristy's Crafty Cottage. And as a guest crafter this evening, you may see Crafty Peep hop in there with Annie Jones. So that is that. and whoops, wrong thing. And I am going to flip my camera down. I have this really cute, I knew there was something I was forgetting to do. So I got this from Designs by Dina. You can look for her on Facebook or just go to www.designsbydina.org, O-R-G, and look up this little cutie. There's a spider web that goes here, 2 bats, a spider, a pumpkin. It says, "Hey Boo," and then a ghost. And I may have an embellishment or two or a few little secrets up my sleeve. The very first color that I'm going to go in with is this plum from Craftsmart, which I think is Michael's. And I have some, dang it, I never remember. Hi, baby. Vintage white Junk Monkey right here. And just the black velvet. And I just put them in a cup so I could stir them and keep them a little wet. But I put a little bit of black in here and mixed it up because the plum was a little too plumish. If that's a word. So I wanted it a little bit darker, and adding just a little bit of black did that for me. And I'm hoping that I mixed enough, because you all know once you mix it, you're never going to get the same color twice. So I am going to just cover this entire circle. I did the white in the Vintage White by Junk Monkey, just to give my color the true purple color that I was looking for, instead of having wood underneath it. So I just gave it that initial layer as a foundation. And let's see if the colors that I've picked out for this board represent Halloween. And I do not have my necklace on. I just realized that. I have this cute little necklace. Ooh, I may just squeak by with this paint. Grab it up off the board and everything. I may have to mix a little more, so hopefully I can get close enough to my color. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to stretch this, and I don't think. Nope, that's all I got. I don't want to stretch it too thin either. Ah, that's okay. Just a little bit more. Well, I do have some drippings on the side here. I'm gonna need more. So those little, the little divots help to place the item. So you can see right there that that's a little too light, and I went a little bit darker. So I'm just going to take a little drizzle off of the spoon, just a little one of the black, and I'm just going to mix this in real well. This also, when you're creating something and you want it to be a custom design, this helps you create something more custom when you're creating your own colors. So if you don't like, oh, look at that. It matches nicely. We'll know when it dries though. It gives it a little more custom feel when it's not just the color that's out of the bottle. So this will allow me to really get a nice thick layer and not stretch it too thin on the board here. I don't want to mess with the part that's drying too much, because that will just serve to pull paint off. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm dying to know. I watch Annie all the time. Even, you know, when just I get notifications for her, so I watch her all the time. Her and Fabi and Robin and everyone. And everybody's been up to some really cute stuff. I know she did like a black and white wreath for Halloween. She did like a high-end, Annie did, that is. She did like a high-end Halloween DIYs. See how it's pulling the paint right there? So I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to let it dry and then I'll go back over that. Getting around my edge. And then I'm going to move it just a little bit so that it doesn't stick to my board. And then we're going to dry this. Yes, it is beautiful. Huh? Oh, it looks different on the screen. On my TV, that is. Looks more like an eggplant. It's a little bit darker than that on the screen. I mean, in real life. On the screen, it looks more like an eggplant. Oh, it looks like I missed a bunch of spots too. But that's okay, we're going to even it out. So when we're crafting in shows like this, guys, we use this heat gun to speed things up. When it's actually better, if you're doing this at home, it's actually better to let things air dry because they level nicer. And when you're using darker colors, when you use a heat gun, it's not giving it enough time to level out the way you would normally like for it to level out. Huh? I can't hear you. Yeah, most of the time, yes. It gives you a better finish. I just knew I was going to have to go in with more on this, so. Now I'm trying to stay with this direction here. But it should dry more level if you let it air dry. I may have a couple of other spots. I'll let that air dry for a second while I mix up some more paint. And then we're going to get into oranges and whites and a little bit of black as well. Take a little bit of my black, drizzle it in. And if that turns out to be too dark, which I think it is, I'll just add a little more purple back in. It may not be too dark. Has school started back up in you guys' areas?
Everybody started back after
Yeah, probably by now, huh? Uh-oh, what's happening? I need to pull up the real-time comments. Oh no. Not the kitty cat. Alright. I am losing my lines on here, but I'm not so concerned about that. So this is where the word hey is. And then boo is right down here. I have most of it now. A bit up there. And I think as it dries further and we put pieces on, it'll all come together. Okay. Put my purple brush in the water. Plum, plum, plum. Just let that soak. All right, now move my mouse aside. I think I have some sponges and some makeup sponges. Let's see. They were here the other day. Yes, they were. What do I do with my makeup sponges? Sorted through things, and I put them over one of these bins.
What does it look for?
My makeup sponges. I'll be right there. I'm looking for my makeup sponges, because that's what I need to use to paint. Let's see.
I'll find that in the background.
No, because I'm gonna mess up my, I know where everything is, sort of, kind of thing. So let me just look. These were the bins that I was working in. Okay, well, I have something else I can use. But makeup sponges work really well for this, and since I can't find mine, I'm going to use one of these doohickeys. Alright, so I'm going to take my white, I'm going to put some in a bowl. Just so I can tap it out. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I love cats. I think they're so smart, but I cannot be around them. I am so deathly allergic to them. Yeah, we both are. All right. So I need to not have too much on here, but this is how it's easier to paint these when you have a makeup sponge. You can see me, right? Yeah. And all these little kind of bubble looking things that you see on there will settle as the paint dries. That's what I mean by it leveling. So I'm gonna let that happen. Hi, Favi. How are you? And I'm so sorry, Phyllis. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Almost went into the purple. You can't have a purple boo. And you can kind of smush it around like a paintbrush too. It's just easier than a brush because a paintbrush, you have to hold it down even more than what I'm holding it down now. I don't know why that is, but that's how it ends up being. Okay, so for the white, we have Hey Boo, and spider webs are white. I see a lot of people make them black, but I don't know. I like to try to go with how they look in nature, you know? But I love these kits. I love them because they are dimensional. I don't know what dimension, but, you know. They're dimensional, and they're just really cute. So many of them are so cute. All right, and then we have our little ghost guy, and he's a happy ghost. We don't have to worry about the back so much on this, because on the pieces anyway, because they are going to get glued down. So I may have to do 2 coats on this if we have time. Okay. All right. So just like that. See if I can get around the edges of this. See, if I had a makeup sponge, that's the part that's way easier to get in between all of these little areas here. So now I'm just going to take a little tiny handy dandy paintbrush that I got on Amazon to get in all these little tiny crevices of the spider web. And this is where your hands get all messy. You almost sometimes want to just dip it in the paint. You're like, okay, so the whole thing needs to get covered, and there's so many little tiny areas. Let me just dip it. But that would not work. At least I don't think it would. So I'm going to get in all these little areas here, around all the little corners. Did you really? Aw. It was probably cut on a laser machine, because that's what Dina has with Designs by Dina. That's where I got this from. And her prices are so good on these. I've had this one for a while. I'm thinking if Sarah likes it, I'll probably send it to her. It has a stand, so I'm not going to be doing a hanger with it because it has a stand. I'll show you that in a minute. I painted that black just as prep work, so I didn't have to do that on a live. I'm 22 in, so I'm doing good. Just gathering up the extra paint as I go. Has anyone heard of Whatnot on here? I'm actually on there, and I'm going to be doing a live on Saturday at 3. But if you're not, you might want to be. Just saying. Especially Annie. Annie, if you're in here, I know how much you love vintage. Your husband might get mad at me though, but they have a lot of vintage stuff on there. Vintage decor, vintage clothing, vintage Christmas, Halloween, all the things. All the things. Antiques too. There's actually Green 13 is one that I follow on there, and I like following them because they pick houses that are about to be like cleared out. They get permission from whoever's getting ready to just throw everything away. They go in and they pick the house, and then they do live sales of the things that they find that they think people might want. But they take you with them picking, so it's really cool. It's kind of sad in a way, but the stuff would be thrown away otherwise. It's like estate type stuff. But half the time, they're just like, I don't know what this is worth, but we're putting it up right now. So if you're interested, go ahead and bid on it if you want to. And they're just fun to watch because they're kind of funny too. But yeah, Whatnot, I don't know how new it is. It's new to me because I had never heard of it until like a few weeks ago. I think it's relatively new though. Possibly, Bethwyn. I can give you a link. I don't even have it on my link tree yet, but I I need to put it there because I am scheduled to go live on Saturday. They may, now that I think about it, they may only be in the US and Canada at this point. So maybe that's why you haven't heard about it, Bethman. But I don't see why you couldn't download the app and watch, you know.
Is it online? It said
Yeah, there's an app you can download, and it's also a website. I know I'm gonna miss part of this web here or there. That's why I'm kind of going in on the back too, because that kind of helps me see better what's missing. Okay, so downward angle is looking good. Let's see, sideways angle is looking pretty good. Oh, turn it this way, and there you go. Missing paint. Here. And then I think we're almost done.
What's the close
Yeah, I could. I did get some glue gun tips for my fingers. And I pre-made a bow earlier in case I'm like last minute rushing to put stuff on it. And
726.
I used, thank you, I used my my glue gun and I used my fingertip. So I'm being a good girl. I'm behaving with my glue gun. No more burns. Okay. I think this spider web is covered. Now, I am going to go back over my ghost. And this time, I'm going to kind of swirl on him. And if it shows the swirls, that's fine and dandy. Because he's ghost. And he just is going to swirl in the wind anyway, right? Get the edges on him. Like so. He actually has, I know you see the eyes and mouth, and it would show through purple on that, but he actually has eyes and a mouth to go inside those little holes. So okay. In the water with that brush, and then I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm missing a whole part over here. Okay. Get with it, Mr. Ghost. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Okay. Put him down. Her, him. And then I'm gonna go back over my boo, because we need a second coat. Being daring doing this over my purple because you can see I'm getting little specks on there, but that's okay. I'll give it a quick sanding in a minute and it'll all be good. Get around the edges. The letters are somewhat easier to get around the edges. It's the insides that are a little more difficult. So I'm going to get my brush back, take most of the water off, go back in the paint, and just get the insides of these letters. I'm such an awkward painter. Those left-handed people, you know. What can you do? That's all we need for that. So I'm going to give this a quick sand in a minute, and that'll take off any of the little white specks. I get so focused that I forget that you guys need to see too, so just holler at Joe and say, Joe, tell her, we can't see. Because he's sitting right over here, but he won't always tell me because he's looking at the comments, not really looking at what I'm doing, you know? So,
Well, you can move it so it's dead.
okay, like that. Okay. So I said the letters were easier, but these little V's are kind of tricky, so you need a really tiny brush to get up in there. Just run the bristles right in the middle there. Is Tammy on here? Oh my gosh, have y'all seen the pictures of her grandson from that photo shoot she did? Oh my gosh. He is so cute, little Lucas. So, so cute. I wish I could just hold him and stare at him for a few hours. Lady, you're scaring me. Why are you staring at me? Because babies are stareable. You just want to take in every moment. They grow so fast. I think I'm good on Boo. Hey, Boo, hey. I think I'm good. Does anybody see any missed spots? I think I'm good. Oh, the whole entire side here. So when you do the edges like this, you always want to come back to the front and make sure you're not leaving any bubbles or bumps. Now what I'm going to do with the ghost and the Boo is really cool, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Please. Got to be careful with this one because the H and the Y are wanting to really, they're just attached by this little piece right here, so they're kind of fragile.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi, baby girl. Sarah Borelli's in the house. She got her a puppy today, but not a real one. She got, what are those, Squishmallows, baby girl? She got her a Squish. She said, if I can't have a real one, I'm going to get a Squishmallow puppy. I said, well, it ain't going to protect you living alone, but he'll make you feel comfy and cozy anyway. So we got to figure out a name for Mr. Squishmallow. She in Ohio. She's not here. Did anybody else get rain all weekend for the holiday? I know it's Wednesday, but we had rain all weekend. Aww. Okay. Oof. Little on the tedious side. But I've been wanting to paint this for a while, so I'm glad I chose to do this tonight because I've kind of been not feeling well the past couple weeks, and I knew that this would pick me up. Crafting usually does. Okay. My back is really bothering me though. I'm just going to flip this up so I can see the bottom and continue getting my edges. Stay on there, Mr. Y. We're almost done, guys, with the tedious part. Wait to see how it's all going to come together, and then I have this little surprise. Surprise, you say?
45 minutes.
Okay. Okay. We're probably going to finish right on time from Miss Indiani. Indiani. Almost there, almost there. We're rounding the corner to the, what's it called, Joe? Rounding the corner of the track to the end of the race. Right? Going into the last corner. What's that called? Isn't that called something?
Tammy's
Huh?
on. Tammy just went on.
Hi, Tammy. I was talking about Lucas. He's so cutie. I just want to eat him up. I don't know if that's a northern thing. I don't know. Hopefully that's not offensive to anyone. I wouldn't actually eat a child. It just means you want to hug him and squeeze him. That little photo shoot, just bomb.com. Okay, so I have a couple of little areas on the top right here that I'm gonna get right now off screen because I have to put it down just for a second, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. All right. Next, I'm gonna lay that down on the back side. Take any edge stuff off. Whoops, I just went on top of my boo. All right. Put that in the water. Ah, that's Halloweenish enough. Scary, scary. Yeah, he's such a cutie. Oh. Prolific. Wow. I made a mess on my hand here. I wonder why y'all were saying, get a glove. Get a glove, girl. Good thing about Junk Monkey paint, though, is it comes right off. Like, I could literally just not even use a wipe and just use, like, go like this, and it just rolls right off. So, I'm gonna grab a paper towel. And move on to the next. All right. I said I was gonna take a little bit. I always like that look when I do it. Now I'm like, should I just make it spooky now? I'm liking that. All right. next, I did get a little bit of white right there. Let me grab a little bit of purple. And then we will do our bats and our pumpkin and be done and start gluing it all together. Let me just grab a brush real quick. Some black paint. Just a touch because I don't have a lot over here. Mix that in, make it darker. My carelessness, I got white on there. Okay. I do like that little hazy look though that I did with the sanding. That's pretty cool. Okay, now pumpkin time. Let's get some orange. I only have one little pumpkin. Here he is right here. I'm gonna grab a brush, grab my orange, and I'm gonna move this aside because I have learned my lesson, right? Okay. So now I'm going to paint my pumpkin. I don't know if I like this orange. This is called jack-o'-lantern, but I have an autumn one that's a little darker that I kind of like better. Maybe I'll do the second coat with that one. I guess this is pumpkin-y, and it is a pumpkin. My words, I don't even know if they're real words. All right. Put him down and move to black for our little bats and our spider. And we're grabbing yet another brush. Michelle's going to have some work to do after this live. Cleaning all the brushes. And I could do this with another stamper, but they're so tiny. I'm just gonna paint them like so. Whoops. Okay. Oh, the spider's so cute. Even though I don't know that that's even a thing. Can spiders ever be cute? Get his little leggies all over. Little leggies. Thinking he's pretty covered. Okay, and then the last bat. Super simple to cover. Get all around the edges on that. Don't really need to get the back. I'm just kind of flattening the extra paint. Mac? Papa's over here.
You're right.
Okay. I thought he was looking for you, so. Get under his wings. And around the edges. Like so. I definitely don't want them to stick to my paper towel, so I'm going to move them around just a little bit. Now, for my surprise, I have something spooktacular. How corny is that? All right. I'm going to give my pumpkin another coat, but first, the surprise, in case anybody needs to hop off. Lord, every time I go to get a manicure, she's like, what'd you do to your nails? Paint? Sorry? Because sometimes it gets under there and you can't get it out. Scrub brush sometimes works, but anyway. Okay, here's my orange brush. I guess I'm going to stick with this color. I am going to go over it with a second coat. And then we're going to do our surprise. I know, I said we were going to do it now. This will take 2 seconds. And it'll let this dry. So I kind of want some downward motion on this. So I'm going to get that going in my strokes here. And then I'm going to go around the edges. As best I can. It's okay if it has a little shadow effect to it. I could even do the little stem in a different color if I wanted to. Or if you wanted to, if you get one for yourself. In the water with this brush as well. The longer they soak, the easier they are to clean. Okay, now for my surprise.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Guys, I'm going to go wash my hands in the sink real quick. I'll be right back. I don't want to get it on the light. Guys. Okay. So I got like all the excess off as much as I could. I'm gonna dry my hands. Get this out of the way so I don't touch it by accident. And then I'm going to take a new brush and I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna use this. Can you see that? Turn off my light just a little bit. Can you see that glow? I'm gonna paint this. Woo! Right over. Can you see that? Glowing green in there. I'm going to paint this right over my ghost. And it's not going to look like anything, but when this sets under a light or sets outside for a while, the ghost is going to glow. How cute is that, guys? So I definitely want to make sure I'm going in the same direction with this, so that when it does glow, when it's dry, it's not gonna, you're not gonna see too much streaking, I don't think. I hope. All right, I'm gonna let him dry. And I'm also gonna glow the word boo. I did boo backwards. That's okay. We have time. We have time, y'all. So I did the back side of boo, but that's okay because it's just the top side, right? Or what I thought was the bottom side. So I'm just gonna paint over this real quick. And then we're gonna quick dry it and give it a second layer, and then I'm gonna do the glow paste on this too. I bought that after I was no longer a designer, so I did actually pay full price for it, but it was one of those I have to have that things. It just was, because it's glow in the dark paste. It is chalk couture. And I know it's kind of dark right now. I'm gonna put that ghost under the light. Wow, I thought I was good to go. There's always something, right? So I'm going to put this down right here. What a mess. And I'm going to take my ghost and I'm going to stick him on my tissue box underneath this light over here. And I'm going to show you what he looks like when he's dry. Alright, so let me dry this a little better. So that's Chalkology paste. And I think it's just, I don't know what it's called, to be honest with you. It's called Glow in the Dark. Imagine that. All right. This is my glow in the dark brush. And this is my white over here. So I'm going to, I had some bumps on the bottom of this because it was the back side, and I wasn't so concerned about it, but I am now because it's the front. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take my sponsor again. The gluing part is really easy, guys, so this is gonna come together really quick. You'll see. You'll see. I'm getting this all over my table, but it's junk monkey, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. So just the boo and just the ghost are gonna be glowy, okay? Not a brush to clean up my little divot sections here. Okay, now I'm gonna start gluing onto the board. Look at my light. On the boo, not yet. It's gotta dry first. 10 minutes. I'm gonna become Justin. I'm gonna start going, hoo-wee. I got 10 minutes, y'all. All right, so now that my boo is dry, I want to do this so you can see it. I'm dipping into the glow-in-the-dark paste, and I'm going in the same direction. On the letters. And while I let that dry and charge, isn't it coolio? Cool, cool, cool. All right, hopefully I'm getting all the spots here. I'm gonna put this in my water because I can. I'm gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna wipe my hands down real quick, and then we're gonna glue. And it's all gonna come together real quick at the end here. I'm looking at the wrong chat. Don't judge me. Super cool. Glow in the dark. Yes! Now, I don't know how long it stays charged for or anything like that. I really don't know. But I'm thinking if you got it hanging on your front door or sitting on the front porch or something, it's going to catch some rays and it's going to stay lit for quite some time in the evening. All right, let's get this all together now, okay? I'm going to put my lid on my paste. You can see it's still, well, you can't really see on the camera, but it's pretty green. Okay, let's bring our ghost over here and see what he looks like. Oh, he's kind of speckled. I probably need to go in with more, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to get this all together. So, I am going to charge the boo, though, at the same time. So I probably need thicker coats on both of those to make it look right. Let me get my board. And let me turn my light back up. Oh, boy. So that I can see the lines here. Let me see. We're stuck. Ugh. Okay. Here's the word boo. I can see that. Okay. Here is the stand that came with it, okay? So it's going to sit just like this in the stand when it's all done. Just like that, okay? But we're not done. We got to put this thing together. So, what do you use to put such a thing together? You use tight bond, quick and thick. And you probably want a paintbrush handy so that you can spread it out thin. Let me get a small one. So the first thing I'm going to put down is my spider web. And my spider web goes in the corner right here. That's where the spider web is going to go. Then hay goes right here. And then my two little bats that are already dry go. Yes, I'm cheating. I'm looking at something because I can't see the lines anymore. They go here and here. And then my spider goes, let me just wipe off the bottom of him. He's good. My spider goes right under Boo over here, which goes right here. So the spider goes here, and after my live, I'm probably going to go and highlight his little legs with some white, just because I want to highlight that part. So then also on the pumpkin, I want to go back and add some little lines so that you can see that. So my pumpkin goes right here. Pull it up a little. Thanks. Is that better? And then I can add more of this after I get it glued on here. So the little ghost goes right here, and I'm just going to get him glued down. So when I was talking about the brush, using the paintbrush with the glue, this is what I was referring to, because you don't want it to ooze out the sides, and you want it to be on all parts. So you're just going to take a brush.
5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Just want to take a brush and spread that around, and then put your ghost down where you want him. And I'll take a picture of this. I'll try to get one in the dark too. So you put that down, then you take your little bats, put a little in the center, spread that around. And really you could place these anywhere you wanted to. This glue dries clear, so it doesn't matter if you get a little on there. I may highlight their little wings too, just so that they have some definition.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Indiana Jones coming up. So I'm going to turn that one a little that way. Yes. God bless everyone. I love you all. Thank you for watching me. Please hit the not subscribe. Well, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please hit the like, the thumbs up before you leave if you haven't already. And then head on over to see Miss Annie with Crafting with Indiana Jones. And I'm going to make sure I get this right on the edges here. And you can even hold it down for a second to make sure it's going to stick in all the areas. I got a little touch-up spot there because I had black on my finger. But look guys, I pre-made a bow, and I'm not sure yet where I want to put it, but I'll probably put it right up here. So this is my bow, and I will take pictures and I will post them in the Crafty Creators community. So go watch Annie, and please go watch Tammy. She will be there as well. And good night everybody. Love you. Here's my almost finished product. So at least the ghost is on there, and I'm just gonna continue working and hop on over to the chat and say boo to y'all there, okay? So I will see you all there. There's Boo. There's Boo. Boo Boo. Glowing in the dark. Needs more, but that's gonna go right about here, and then I'll just move the spider because he's not glued yet. Okay? So that's most of it, and I know you can't see the spider and the bats, but I'm going to highlight those so that they stick out a little. Good night, everybody. See you next time.